It's lovely to be here. It's very nice. It's nice seeing you all in your Christmas attire. It's lovely. It's wonderful. It's nice you're getting so into it. And I mean this in the nicest possible way, but it does feel now, for me, a little bit like, you know, when on Christmas Day you'd put a play on for your mum and dad in the front room as a kid? And that's what I feel like right now. I feel like you lot were sat down, ready to watch the EastEnders Christmas special. And then I've come into the living room and stood in front of the TV and gone, hello, please can you watch my one-woman nativity? In fact, did anybody here ever play Mary in the school nativity? Really? Yeah, with that projection, madam, I'm not surprised. Very good. Really engaged the diaphragm there. Very, very good. I always wanted to play Mary. Mary was the jackpot, wasn't it? Mary was the jackpot of the school nativity. Always wanted to play Mary, never got it. The biggest role I ever got in the school nativity, this is honest to God true, the biggest role I ever got was the wife of the wise man who brought myrrh. The wife? I didn't even know he had a wife. The wife of the wise man who brought myrrh. I was furious, didn't have any lines, only the husbands had lines, because it was the 90s, that's how it was back then. Basically, each of the lads had to step forward and say what they brought the baby Jesus. And the first lad, he stepped forward and he was like, I bring you gold. And then the second lad, he stepped forward and he was like, I bring you, and he said Frankenstein because he was nervous. Fucking amateur. And then my husband went to step forward, and at the last minute, I took it off him and went, we bring you myrrh together. Feminism. It's what the Pankhursts would have wanted. My husband was mortified. Joseph was like, can you control your wife, please, mate? I said, you'll want to talk, Joseph. Look where yours has ended up. No, I love Christmas. It's my favourite time. It's my favourite time for a lot of reasons, but mainly because you get to go home. You get to go home and see all of your home friends. Like, I love hanging out with all the people I went to school with. We've got a big night out. That's what I love, a big night out. Proper BNO. You know what I mean when I say big night out? Like, stickier the floor, the better. Yeah, them establishments where you walk in and you can smell the booze on the walls already. Yeah, the ones where you walk in with your dignity and you leave with nothing but a hand stamp. Yeah, then what? Oh, I love those nights out. Love them. But I have a theory about nights out, and I think I can persuade you guys, Apollo. I have a theory about nights out. I think the best nights out we've ever been on, or will ever go on, were the ones when we were like 16, 17 years old. Yeah, you know them ones? Because there was a risk. You weren't actually old enough to be on the night out, so you had to prepare for the part of the thrill was seeing if you could get into the nightclub, and you had to prepare the week in advance. You had to try and find an ID that looked like you. I say look like you. You had to find an ID that was of the same race and just hope for the best. Do you remember the thrill of being stood in the queue for a nightclub, trying to memorise all of the information on that driver's? I revised more for my eldest cousin's best friend's driver's licence than I did any of my GCSEs. I loved it, trying to remember all of it, trying to make your face look like the passport photo, so that by the time you got to the front and handed it to the bouncer, you'd be like... Ask me my postcode, go on, I'll know it. Also, I feel like we need to take 2 seconds to just acknowledge the aesthetic of those years, right? The aesthetic of them years, when I was 16, 17, because, like, my mum, for example, my mum was a punk in the 1970s. So when I look at photographs of her when she was on her first nights out, when she was 16, 17, I'm like, God, Mum, what a time for fashion that was. You look amazing. That's incredible. And it's sad, because I know that if ever I have children, they will never, ever look at a photograph of me from 2009 and go, God, Mum, what a time for fashion that was. You look amazing. That's incredible. You know the years I'm on about, where, like, the lads were brushing their hair horizontally forward? Remember that? Horizontally forward, everything, except for their fringe, which meant that every lad walked round with a sort of nervous tick of... Oh, it gave you fanny flutters, didn't it? Oh. Yes, please. Oh, but we can't can't give them shit. Oh God, no. No, the women were worse. We were worse than the lads. Like, you know how, right, it started with the eye. Do you remember we were trying fake eyelashes for the first time? Fake eyelashes for £1 from Poundland. Yes, for £1 Great British pound, you too can look like you've got 2 massive spiders on your face. And the glue is so bad that halfway through the night, it'll look like they're trying to crawl away. Right, the 3D experience. Then you went down to the lips, right? How much money do you think is spent by the makeup industry year on year by finding new colours, pinks, purples, reds? Must be hundreds of thousands of pounds. Yet my generation, this is why I'm proud of us, we were the first generation to go, no, do you know what? I think what we'll do is we'll take the foundation from our face and move it to our lips. Yes. Yes. Yes, just move that Dream Map mousse along. Yes. If you don't know, Dream Map Mousse was a foundation that was literally like wearing sponge cake on your face. And then the worst bit of all, the pièce de résistance of this makeup ensemble, right, was the fringe. The fringe. Because you know how now, if you want a fringe as a nice little side fringe to sort of accentuate the features of your face, it's quite subtle, it's quite nice. Oh, God, no. Back in '09, if you wanted a side fringe, right, that's what you were working with, my friends. Yeah. That's what you were working with. It says a lot when the current haircut I've got now is not the shittest one I've ever had. Honestly, you go on any girl my age's Facebook profile, I promise you, right? You go on her profile and go back to the picture that she had in 2009. I promise you. It'll be her with a fringe like this, okay, stood in front of a door before a night out, sideways on with a clutch bag. Yeah. It won't just be you either, will it? It won't be you. It'll be you and all of your friends, usually stood in height order for the photo. All sideways on with your clutches. And the photo's not taken on an iPhone. No. It's taken on a bright pink digital camera. Yes, well, you slid the door back. And what was great about that camera was you could then wear it on a string around your wrist for the rest of the night. You'll all be stood sideways on with your clutch bags, in a line, and you'll all be stood the same way, because there was only one pose back in 2009, right? Which was this. Different time. Loved it. People have got their traditions at Christmas, haven't they? Everyone's got their things that they do. My family, we love to go to the Boxing Day football. I love football. Absolutely adore it. I've played it my whole life. I actually had trials at Leeds United as a teenager, but I don't like to go on about it. Oh my God, no, please, no, I'm really shy. Like, if you see me afterwards, don't ask me about my time at Leeds United, because I'll just be really modest. I love football, absolutely adore it. And when I moved recently from Yorkshire to Brighton, and it took me a long time to find a football team, a local women's football team that I could play. It took me a long, long time. And just before Christmas, I finally found one. And it was great. I saw this girl post about it on a forum on Facebook for women in Brighton, and I messaged her straight away. I said, "Hi, can I join your football team, please?" And she said, "Yes, of course. It's £5 to play. We play Thursday nights, and we're an LGBT-friendly team," right? In Brighton. I thought everything was LGBT-friendly in Brighton. I thought LGBT-friendly in Brighton just meant citizen. So I turned up, right, with me £5 to play. Had the best time. It was wonderful. Everyone was so lovely. I forgot how much I enjoyed playing. It was such a lovely evening. In fact, I'll say it, I played, frankly, 90 minutes of world-class football. 3 assists, 2 goals, only mentioned the Leeds United thing once. It was amazing. And afterwards, the captain, she went, "Oh, if you'd like to come to the pub with us, we always go for a drink after the game. You're very welcome to join us." I said, "Yeah, that'd be lovely, thank you. I'm always looking for new mates in the city." So we went along to this pub, we got around him, we sat in this booth, and she went, "Well, I think we should say welcome to our latest member, Maisie. Welcome to Blags. And cheers." Like that. And I cheersed as well and said, "Sorry, what's Blags?" And she looked at me like I'd said, "What is football?" She went, "Blags, Brighton Lesbian and Gay Sports Society." And as it sunk in that I had accidentally joined a lesbian football team, I made the decision there and then to keep my heterosexuality hidden, right? And I got home that night and my boyfriend, Michael, was like, how was it, love? I was like, yeah, good, I think I'll have to refer to you as Michelle from now on. I told him what happened, and he was like, oh, you should probably be honest there. So I said, you're right. And I messaged the captain. I said, hi, thanks so much for this evening. I really enjoyed it. I just thought I should let you know, because you said blags, I'm straight, and if it's best I don't come anymore because it's a safe space for your community, please just let me know. It won't be awkward. I'd hate to infiltrate the lesbians. Upon reflection, infiltrate was too strong a word. She didn't reply, right, for 12 hours. 12 hours I spent lamenting myself for accidentally infiltrating the lesbians. Woke up the next morning, she'd replied. She said, hi, don't worry about it. Most of our team are of the LGBTQ community, but as long as you're inclusive, you're very welcome to join us. I said, oh, great, thank you so much. And I turned up the next week, right, and the captain, she went, hello, we've got your little Christmas present. And she said, well, we've got your shirt number printed. And she held it up, and it was the number 1, which, if you don't know, is usually for the goalkeeper. And I said, hang on, what's that about? I don't play in goal. And she genuinely went, no, it's because of the shape of the number. You're the only straight one. I was so touched. I was so touched. And then she unravelled it further to show the name she'd got printed for me, Cock Gobbler. And true to form, Apollo, I'm very good at heading it and I'm not afraid of a tackle. You've been an absolute dream. Merry Christmas. I've been Maisie Adam. Thank you so much. Thank you.